right, well, let's get started here on this Facebook Live. Today is Wednesday, May the 15th. Time right now is about 6:35 in the evening. All is pretty quiet across Texoma. We didn't expect rain here during the day on Wednesday, but we do expect rain chances to go up late tonight and very early tomorrow morning. If we take a look at the radar, there are showers and storms out there. They're just not over us. If we take a look, you can see most of these showers, most of these storms are kind of focused over into the Texas Panhandle and starting to try to move into western parts of Oklahoma. There's some severe weather out this way, mostly in the form of some wind and hail. By no means is this a big severe weather event. We're seeing the showers move into western parts of Oklahoma. There's been a few little showers, rumbles of thunder up towards Altus. And you're trying to see some of this activity develop maybe and kind of flirt with some of our far western, northwestern Texas counties, kind of over toward Childress and Equana, those areas. But again, the bulk of the activity is to the west here, over there towards Plainview and up north and west of Lubbock. And it looks like that's where most of the activity will remain this evening. Now, late tonight, the showers are going to try to move into our direction. But as they do so, I think a lot of this is going to weaken. I'm not expecting a lot in the way of heavy rain or storms, at least early on tonight. But by tomorrow morning, we could see perhaps some better chances for some downpours across the area. And it looks like tomorrow morning, this will be around and after sunrise, the best chances for rain in that dark green area, most widespread activity there. But I'm thinking that by the afternoon that we could see these the main focal point shift to our south, closer to Interstate 20, and maybe to our west. So that may mean by afternoon we see less rain. So we may wind up seeing the bulk of the rain come on Thursday morning with just some scattered activity by afternoon and tomorrow night. If we take a look at the latest high-resolution future tracker here, this is the HRRR computer model. Here we are about 10 o'clock. Notice those showers and storms trying to move in from the west. They are weakening, but there still may be some showers in places like Altus, down towards Kroll, Haskell, those areas. And then they try to move to the east. And you can't rule out some stuff around and after midnight further east, but it doesn't look like a lot, at least over us, not yet. You can see some heavier stuff focused there in central Oklahoma and kind of, well, trying to come into some of our northwestern counties. But late tonight, towards early tomorrow morning, the showers and storms are going to try to get a bit of an uptick there into more of Texoma, northwest Texas, southwest Oklahoma. And there could be some downpours with this, could be some heavy rain. Especially perhaps, and a lot of the most consistent signals have been kind of focused in the heaviest rain, kind of in this area here. And then by afternoon, moving that to the south. Usually when we get areas of heavy rain that develop over us, especially are shifting south of us during the afternoon, or regardless of when that is, you usually see less rain up our way. So there we are between about 7 and 9 o'clock, some heavy rain there, Wichita Falls, down towards Jacksboro and into Graham, some thunder, lightning. I'm not really expecting much in the way of severe weather, maybe a little hail in some of the stronger storms. Here we are at 10:30, and you can see the activity trying to push south, and there it is by afternoon. And you just don't see a lot in the way of shower activity over us by the afternoon. Still a little bit, but not a lot of widespread heavy stuff. Maybe still a few little showers around tomorrow evening. I think the bulk of it gets out of here on Friday. So there could be some decent rainfall amounts tomorrow morning. I think most places will probably be less than an inch, but a couple of our southern counties could pick up an inch. But then we get the opportunity to dry out finally. I know a lot of you have been saying, hey, look, we need the rain. We're glad to get it, not complaining about that at all. But, I'm ready for the rain to stop long enough to cut the backyard. And I foresee a weather pattern change this weekend and next week. And by change, I mean it looks to me like while we still see a pretty active jet stream, things just don't really look like they line up a whole lot for a lot in the way of rain and storms over us. Actually, it could wind up being pretty warm mid to late weekend and maybe even early next week. There may be some more rain chances towards the middle of next week, latter part of next week, which could include graduation ceremonies. But I'm thinking primarily Wednesday and beyond. Before then, we could dry out and be fairly windy, and that kind of helps with the evaporation and will help us see our yards dry out. So maybe you'll be able to mow without a problem there. But then as we get towards late next week, and I'm not going to dive too deep into that yet, maybe a pattern that's a little more favorable for some storms at times. Could be some severe weather. Yeah, kind of hard to say. Could be some across the area, but and then as we head into early June, we should begin to see things finally shift north and out of here. Usually June, we sometimes can start off wet, but oftentimes we don't see a lot in June. But usually by mid to late June over into July and August, it's just hot and dry, and we probably will expect more of that this year here too, as we're transitioning out of El Nino. In fact, that's right now. It looks like we're kind of borderline El Nino, borderline neutral. So, and we should be La Nina by mid to late summer. So that would mean less rain over us during that time. So hopefully we'll still get some rainfall. I don't think that we're going to quite catch up to and make up for the deficit since 2021. We're going to have better than 8 inches of rain for that. We probably won't get that, but we'll still see at least drastic improvements. I drove past the Wichita River today. It's still at bank full, still flowing into Lake Arrowhead. So the lake levels will still continue to slowly come up, and any more rain tomorrow will also help push them up a little bit. I think by the time all is said and done, we should get to about 80, 85, maybe up to 90% before we see the rains cut off for the summer. So keeping my fingers crossed for that. All right, let's see if there's any questions here. And I know there's not a lot of excitement going on with our weather as of right now. So I doubt you have a whole lot of questions, but we'll still answer it here. So glad you watched this from Graham there, Margaret. Thank you very much. Glad you guys are watching from Kroll. Glad you guys are watching from Colbert, Oklahoma. Yeah, here's one thing that I hate, Scott, about the heat. I don't just hate hot weather, okay? I actually like hot weather over cold weather. But when you heat things up, it really means that your AC in your house is going to have to run a lot. It means it probably won't cut off much. So what does that mean? It means your electric bills go up. And you know how it gets here. Once it gets hot here, it doesn't let up. It's relentless. And it lasts for months. So the longer we can put it off, the better. Really there's about, I'm going to say June, mid to late June, July, August are the most miserable times of the year here. It can be hot into September, but I'm just talking about in general, mid to late June, or mid-June, all of July, and through at least the middle of August. Late August, it'll still be hot during the day, but late in the evening and at night, you usually start seeing the weather get a little bit better. So, yeah, but we need the mud to dry up, I agree. Glad you're a big fan, Cameron. Yeah, you'll get some rain tomorrow, late tonight into the morning there, Justin and Geronimo. Miranda, you really can't get too specific with the types of severe weather you expect till you get a little bit closer to that. Nothing screams major severe weather outbreaks, but there could be some decent, perhaps severe weather, maybe mid to late next week. Typically speaking, mid to late May is usually the peak of the tornado season into early June, but at least in our part of the country down here. Our main tornado time would come April into the early to middle parts of May. Late May, you can still see it, but usually it starts to shift north from there, so it's too early to be able to say. Justin, there again, hard to say, but I'm thinking that by the time we get into June, it'll be over. I think maybe a couple more weeks. It really hasn't been that bad here. We've seen a couple of events, but I've certainly seen springs where we get a whole lot more than this. A lot of what has impacted us is at least late April, early May. We've seen a couple events, but we've had a lot of cold fronts that have pushed through and have stalled south of us, and it's actually cooled us off. And a lot of the severe weather and heavy rain has been kind of southwest of us here and south of us. So. Thanks for the best there. I appreciate it. Yeah, Geronimo will get them showers mostly late tonight, early tomorrow. I don't know that you'll see a whole lot in the afternoon. David says the goat. I want to show y'all something here before I leave for the evening. I'm going to go home and do some work around the house. So yesterday, I know y'all saw the picture I put on Facebook here. So I come in to work yesterday, and I'm assuming Cameron Lindsay left this for me right here. It's a statue here that says the goat. And it's, I guess in this instance, it would be kind of an acronym for what? Greatest of all time in the world of weather. That's what Cameron and Jaden call me, is the GOAT. I don't know why they do it. They just do. So but I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. It's better to be called the GOAT than to be the GOAT, right? It really is just for a lot of fun. So I do appreciate you guys saying I'm the GOAT, though. What are we pausing about, Cameron? Oh, and I like going to HTO too, by the way. That's a good tea right there. Cameron, I do not know what you're talking about. It's Ken's narrative. What do you mean? As long as I'm the GOAT to you guys is all that matters. That's all I care about. Well, that's not all I care about. I want to be the GOAT to my wife too, and to my kids. But to you guys, it's all that matters. That's right, man. That's right, Miranda. Back in my day, this is back in the 90s. You watched Michael Jordan when he was on TV. You watched him in Scottie P. You watched when Dennis Rodman played for the Bulls. That's probably the best basketball team I ever saw. What, Tony Kukoc, is that what that was his name? Anyway, that was one of the best basketball teams I've ever seen. It's like the dream team of basketball. You know, I don't know that we'll ever see another team. I don't know, the Spurs had a good run too, and the not Cavaliers, but I'm having a brain fart right now. But there's another team on the West Coast that's also had a real good run too, but I can't think of their name. I'm just drawing a blank. I'll think of it later on. But yeah, to be compared to Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods or somebody like that or Tom Brady. Well, yes, Lakers with Kobe and Shaq or Derek Fisher, that was a great team for sure. Yeah, I loved it. I've heard stories from Shaquille O'Neal that said that they would have won a whole lot more championships if the media didn't make up all these false narratives and all this false information about he and Kobe, about how they were hated each other and were at each other's throats. He said it kind of ripped the team apart, but he said that actually none of that was true until the media made it that way. So. I'm gonna have to Google something real fast. That's gonna bother me. Don't you hate it when you know something and you can't remember what they are, what it is you're trying to find? I mean, it just really like ugh. I've got to figure this out, guys. It's gonna drive me crazy if I don't. Oh, the Warriors. That's who I'm thinking of. The Warriors. Yeah, they had a good run too. Can't believe I forgot their name. It's ridiculous. No, I'm not growing a goatee. My wife won't even let me grow a beard. I tried to, I tried to grow one, and she says she doesn't like it, so I won't. I won't grow one. So no, we're not talking hockey, Cameron. This part of the country, a lot of people like the Stars, but I like. I'm a football guy. I will watch a little basketball, the Thunder and the Mavs, a little bit, not a lot, a little college basketball. I think baseball is very boring, but I'll watch that some. But I'm mostly a football guy, so text home as Yoda of weather. Call me Luke Skywalker. My son Hayes is at Disney World right now. He went to Star Wars Land today. At I guess it's what is it, Planet Holly or Disney Hollywood Studios or whatever it's called now. It's had several different names, but he sent me some videos. It looked like it's pretty cool. Like they had a good time, a lot of fun. Looks like the NFL schedule is coming out. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but yeah, I think it was supposed to come out maybe at 6 o'clock. Maybe coming out now. Yeah, I thought that roast was pretty good of Tom Brady, but after I've seen, he said he didn't like it. He said that it went a little overboard. I think his wife was probably pretty mad, and his kids didn't like it. So, you guys can roast on me all you want. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I don't get my feelings hurt. So, yeah, but I'm just not. I don't know. The Lakers have just gotten old, and I saw somewhere where they said they would do whatever they could do to get LeBron's son to come if LeBron would stay with the team. But I don't know, they've just gotten a little bit older. But but basketball is better though. I think when the Lakers are better. Like you think of basketball, NBA basketball, first team that comes to mind is the Lakers. It's like when you think of football, first team that comes to mind is the Dallas Cowboys. Just better when those teams are good. We don't know that Caleb Williams is him, Cameron. We don't know. We won't know until the season starts. I mean, he could really fly. I don't think he will be. I think he'll be good, but I mean, I just don't know. But you know what? Everything goes fast. Once you get through at the NFL draft, everything goes real fast. I mean, you're seeing rookie mini camps. Mini camps are starting OTAs. Then that'll run through June, and they'll break, and then we're back to training camp. Mid to late July, and then we're into preseason football in August, and then you got start of college football season the last weekend in August there. Then you have NFL starting right thereafter. So football season will be here soon, quick. I'm excited about college football season this year. It's going to be different. It'll be different for sure. But I like I'm excited about the new playoff format. It gives more teams an opportunity, and you don't see perhaps the same teams winning year after year. I'm tired of Alabama winning all the time. So, or Georgia, or Clemson, or Ohio State. All right, well, guys, I am going to go. I'm going to go home. I've got to do some. I've been painting cabinets, so I got to go home and hang them on my dinner break. I really need to get outside and try to cut grass before it rains again, so I may do that too. But anyway. Oh, by the way, today I was in Jacksboro earlier today. Jacksboro. My wife says I say it with two syllables. I say it wrong. She says it sounds like you're saying two words. Jacksboro. She says Jacksboro. Well, I hope I say it right. But anyway, I ate at a place called Herd's Burger, Herds. First time I'd been there. Now, I love in town here in Wichita Falls. I like Ronnie's. I like Scott's. There's a great Gene's Tasty Burger, great. My favorite hamburger place in town is Willie's. Willie's makes a fabulous hamburger, and his hot sauce is incredible. But this place called Herd's Burger down there in Jacksboro was awesome. It's a smash burger, and if you've ever been there, it's a little hole-in-the-wall place. You go in there, they don't have fries. It's hamburgers, chips, and soda. That's all they got. But, man, I'm telling you what, that hamburger was fantastic. The bread was crunchy, and it was just so good. I had two of them. So, Herd's Burger, highly recommend there in Jacksboro, Texas. So, anyway. All right, guys, y'all have a great evening. We'll track this ring. I'll try to do another update tonight, give y'all an update on what that ring looks like for tomorrow morning. I don't think it'll be, certainly nothing severe, or not much in the way of severe, but there could be some decent rain there tomorrow morning to add to the puddles of water already standing in your yard. But good news, the hot, windier weather by the weekend early next week will help dry that up. Y'all have a good evening, and make sure you wear that DEET or that off or whatever it is if you're going to be out and about. Those mosquitoes, they will take you off. Have a good one.